Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, 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 Nam-myoho Renge-kyo.
Hi, I'm Margaret, and this is the website where we take Buddhist philosophy and practice and apply it to the problems and concerns of everyday life. This week, I had a question, which I thought was a really good one, which is universal to anyone who's practicing at one time or another. Do you have tips on doubt and sticking to the practice? I think that it's important that whenever doubts arise, that they be taken seriously. So, what's happening when we have doubts about the practice? Our awareness is being shrouded by fundamental darkness. This is when we can't see the true nature of our life, that we have the Buddha nature, where we're one with the power of the mystic law. At times like this, we feel disconnected and alone. Doubt is one of the 10 troops sent by the devil of the sixth heaven to impede a Buddhist practitioner. Now, this is not a devil in the Christian sense, not an entity with horns and a red suit. It is a manifestation of fundamental darkness, which we all have within our lives, just as we have fundamental enlightenment. When doubts emerge, it proves you're on the right path and signifies you're practicing correctly, so congratulations. The devil of the sixth heaven is a name for the negative forces that manipulate the lives of others, bring out doubt and negativity from within our own lives, or utilizes the negativity of others to sway us. So, how can we recognize when this is happening? Devilish functions arise in confusing form, but the central core is that they will always try to deprive us of the benefit of our Buddhist practice, make us doubt the power of faith in the Lotus Sutra, undermine our belief in Buddhahood, and prevent us from breaking through our perceived limitations and achieving our goals. Some other factors can include separation from others and disunity between members or between mentor and disciple. So doubt is evidence that you're dealing with fundamental darkness. And each of us should take it seriously, because if doubts continue to grow, they can lead to stopping the practice. So how can we win over negative functions? In the hope-filled teachings of Nichiren Daishonin from SGI President Ikeda's lecture series, he says, quote, "Either we advance or we retreat. There is no middle ground. Either we cringe in fear and surrender to the negativity in our own lives and that of others, or we challenge this negativity and deepen our conviction and faith. The difference in our resolve determines everything." So start by chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo with the determination that you are going to win. And believe me, you won't feel like it. Another of the 10 troops is languor and drowsiness, and you're probably going to feel quite resistant. When we face this kind of struggle, this is where we must master our mind to override this reluctance. As Ikeda says, quote, "It may seem perfectly all right to put ourselves and our wishes first, to simply follow the dictates of our emotions and cravings. But the truth is, there's nothing more unreliable than our own minds," unquote. And we've heard Nichiren Daishonin frequently stress, quote, "You should become the master of your mind and not let your mind master you." When doubts come, we can give in, or we can rouse our determination to discipline our minds and gain mastery over them. As Ikeda says, belief is the sharp sword with which we overcome fundamental darkness. This means persevering and challenging ourselves in faith throughout our lives, challenging the tendencies that would take us away from our practice, and bringing forth fundamental enlightenment from within by chanting strongly to the Gohanza. So, what can you do? First, Challenge those negative functions and use them as an opportunity to transform your karma and establish even stronger resolve. Second, unite with fellow members for support. Ask them to chant together on a regular basis, although you may not feel like it. Get encouragement from other members. Go to meetings, hear experiences, and get guidance if doubts persist and you continue to need it. 3, use our mentor. Daisaku Ikeda is a role model on how to practice Buddhism correctly. Read in The Human Revolution how he handled doubts and obstacles and ask yourself, what would he do here? 4, study, even if it's only a paragraph a day. Even if you forget what you've read, you'll engrave something deep into your life. There are indexes in the back of our Buddhist books. If you're having doubts, look up doubts and read on that, or on how to build faith. As Ikeda says, quote, in the clear mirror of the Gosho, the true nature of all things becomes apparent. And that's why it's important to hone our wisdom through Buddhist study. Then he says, the correct way to read the Gosho is always to interpret the Daishonen's words from the standpoint of strengthening your faith. And 5th, how did you build your faith to begin with? Didn't you set a goal that was a stretch and commit to chanting for it for 90 days? And then when you won it, set a more difficult goal? So you built your faith incrementally, step by step? So try it again, prove the practice works. In summary, today we discussed what doubts represent in our practice, the manifestation of fundamental darkness coming out of our lives. And then we discussed how we win over negative functions by first recognizing what they are and then challenging them. Finally, we discussed the ways you can get support and strengthen your faith. Here are some related URLs I think you'll find useful. Know the warning signs you're battling fundamental darkness? The second, have you fallen into fundamental darkness? And the third, steps to forge your faith. And please continue to make comments. I love to hear from you, and I'm always interested in what you have to say. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.